In the matter of South Washington Park versus Teresa Roper, file number 24-00209. Appearance for the record.
Good afternoon, Jeff. Hearing on behalf of plaintiff South Washington Park.
Is Teresa Roper present? Okay, state your name for the record.
Teresa Roper.
Okay, very good. Today's the date and time set for hearing, and the parties to enter the resolution. Can you place the terms on the record, please?
Yes, Judge. As of today's date, the rent is $1,567. Court costs are $177.04. The total amount is $1,744.04. The parties met. We've signed a consent order for conditional dismissal. The defendant agrees to pay the full amount of $1,744.04 plus June's rent of $274 for a total amount of $2,021.04 on or before June 7th, 2024. And if she does not make the payments, then on the next business day, my client can file an affidavit default and judgment to be entered against her along with the writ. She also understands that she has 3 business days from today to go back and file a motion set aside and sign this approach.
Yes. Okay, Ms. Roper, that's complete and accurate as to how you want to proceed. Can you speak a little louder for us, please? Okay. So I have a conditional dismissal here again indicating that you're going to pay the total amount due, which includes past due rent and court costs for $1,744.04 that you will pay that plus June's rent of $277 for a total of $2,021.04 on or before June 7th, 2024. You understand your rights that you have to give up in order to enter into this agreement? Okay, so that would include the right to an attorney. You wanted to give up your right to have an attorney represent you at this eviction proceeding? You also have the right to proceed to a trial, and you could demand a jury trial. You did not demand one in this case. Did you want to give up your right to trial and have this matter dismissed under the conditions that we just stated on the record? Anybody threatening you to get you to give up those rights?
No.
You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood those rights, you can return to the court, articulate how it was that you misunderstood your rights, and we will set this for a hearing, okay? Okay. Any additional matters for today's record on that file, counsel?
No, Judge.
You're all set.
Thank you, Judge.
We'll get you a copy of your conditional dismissal. On the record in the matter of 1818 Season Rental LLC versus Shanice Hobbs. This is file number 24-00349. Council appearance.
Your Honor, Alice Pike for the plaintiff, 1818 Season Rental LLC.
What's your name, ma'am? You don't have an attorney, correct? Okay, today was the date set for a hearing for non-payment of rent. Counsel, how are you proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor, while the tenant has been paying the rent for the last 3 months or 4 months, there's still a back rent that needs to be paid, which totaled $2,257. And we would like the defendant to let us know how she would like to pay this, or.
Did you have a discussion with her about that?
No, we have not yet.
Okay, you need to undergo a mediation and see if you can come to resolution. If you can't, then I'm here to make a decision for you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Come back.
On the record in the matter of David Sheeks versus Ramon Pena, file number 24-01414. State your name for the record, sir.
David Sheets.
And your name, sir?
Ramon Pena.
Okay, today's the date that's up for hearing for non-payment of rent. You all discuss this to see if you can resolve it.
We're gonna try to come up with the money that's owed by the first of the 10th of June, and if not, then we're gonna move out.
Is that what you want to do?
The bottom line is you haven't paid rent in 4 months, a total of $5,400 plus the court costs today. Again, I don't want to take his money the first of the month if we've got to go through this again. So I Again,
What do you mean if you have to go
$5,400
through
was
what
needed
again?
right now, so
What do you mean if you have to go through what again?
come to court and take 3 months to get here. So bottom line is, if you can come up with $5,400, yes, if you'll give us the
Is
10
that your
days,
past, that's your past due amount?
yes.
You file a non-payment of rent, he pays it before then, the case gets dismissed.
He wants to pay $2,800 is what he's saying. So
It's up to you if you want to accept that arrangement.
I choose, unless there's something saying that within 30 days after that, the balance isn't paid, so I can just use the writ then. I don't want to go through all
Yeah,
this
you can
again.
come to a consent judgment saying that. You can enter a conditional dismissal, or you can do a consent judgment, either way, if that's what you want, and he will agree to make the payment of $2,800 by when?
By the time, of June,
Which date?
the time.
You said the second, before. You said 1st of June, so
Okay, well, it will actually be the third.
the
Third,
third.
the third of June.
The 3rd of June? And when are you gonna pay the balance?
The balance will be after 30 days after.
Someone was supposed to take them to the private room to complete that paperwork, and then you can bring it back. You can follow her off the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mr. Booth also had Brittany Reese. Is Brittany Reese here? Okay. On the record in the matter of South Washington Park versus Brittany Reese, file number 24-00210. Council Pena.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jeff Booth appearing on behalf of plaintiff South Washington Park.
State your name for the record, please, ma'am. Brittany Reese. Today's the date and time set for a hearing for non-payment of rent, and did the parties come to an agreement at all?
Your Honor, Ms. Ruiz notified us that she has recently applied at DHS. She needs a couple papers work from us, the ledger and the court date, so she has all that now, so requesting a short adjournment to see if DHS will help out. With the amounts to.
When did you apply for DHS?
I applied last week. The time that I applied last month, I got denied because I didn't have anything paid off on my rent. So I paid some of it and then I'm reapplying.
Okay. You have proof that you applied?
No, it's my caseworker called me the other day. He told me to submit the ledger and my court summons to my DHS or to put on my MyBridges account. And then he'll go from there.
Reset this, please. July 8th at 1:30.
Thank you, Judge.
No problem. Do you have any questions today?
No, ma'am.
Sit tight, we'll get you a copy of your notice to appear.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. On the record, in the matter of South Washington Park versus Angelica Sherwood, file number 24-00211. Council appearance.
Yes, Jeff Booth, on behalf of plaintiff South Washington Park.
What's your name, ma'am?
Angelica Sherwood.
Come yesterday by accident?
I did. I
Oh.
work third shift, so
Got it.
I never really know what day it is.
Got it. Okay, today was the date and time that was scheduled for a hearing for non-payment of rent. Council, how are you proceeding?
Your Honor, we met and we have a execute consent order for conditional dismissal. We discussed the matter and the defendant just stated she wants to move out by June 7th, 2024. So if she moves out by then, case remains dismissed.
That's how you want to resolve this, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have a couple rights that you would need to give up in order to move forward with the conditional dismissal. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. You want to give up that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to proceed to a trial, and you could demand a jury trial. You want to give the right to trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to get you to give up those rights?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you are, the case dismissed today upon the condition that you vacate the property located at 3200 South Washington Ave, apartment 311, on or before June 7th, and you must turn over the keys, and you may, and nothing should be left in the property. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
We have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood any of the rights that you waived, you can return to the court. We'll set it for hearing. Partial performance will not satisfy this agreement, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for the court?
No, ma'am.
We'll get you a copy in just a moment.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome. On the record in the matter of Steve Davis versus Kativia Haynes and Warren Goff, file number 24-0277. Council appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm Kesky for the plaintiff and counsel for defendants is finishing up the discussion with this client, and we expect the conditional dismissal to be presented to you here momentarily.
Okay, you said counsel for the defendant.
Adam Cozart, Legal Services.
Okay, I don't think I have an appearance for some reason.
Refer for a few minutes and come back. I'm sure we'll have that
Okay, thank you.
finished.
Okay, on the record in the matter of K North Apartments versus Kathleen Powers and Sharon Robbins. File number 24-02516, council appearance.
Your Honor, Mr. Bellinghouse out in the hallways discussing the possibility of dismissal and Simon from his office. Just a couple minutes for the finish discussions.
Council, what matter are you here for?
K North versus Powers. Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. Sir, what's
Your
your,
Honor, Davis versus Haynes, Bermudez Haynes.
okay, I called that case. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor, we have a conditional dismissal.
You can come forward. Again, on the record, in the matter of Steve Davis versus Kativia Haynes and Warren Goff, file number 24-00277. Appearances for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. John Kesky for the plaintiff.
Your Honor, Adam Kazor here on behalf of TBA Haynes, which is standing to my left in the courtroom.
Okay. What's going on with Warren Goff? That's a co-signer, correct?
Yes, she was just a co-signer, but she did co-sign for this last 2 years. She hadn't co-signed, but the first 2 years she did.
She co-signed in the originally, and was removed as a co-signer? Is that correct, counsel?
But she hadn't signed. They've been using the same one that we had signed.
I'm asking the plaintiff.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm not sure, Your Honor. Perhaps Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson, is the co-signer still valid?
Yes.
Okay, do you have evidence of that?
I'm looking at the lease. With the co-signer signed on January 31st, 2020. And the lease was subsequently again renewed with the co-signer on 10/28/2022. And since then, this tenant may well have been on the month-to-month basis. And so we have no problem dismissing it as to the co-signer here on.
Okay, so I'll dismiss the co-signer,
That co-signer is
Lauren Goff.
Lauren Goff.
Okay, and so your agreement is only as to Haynes. Correct?
That's correct. Well, that's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. You put the terms on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, we've agreed that rent is owing in the amount of $2,685 with $500 in other money due. That accounts for a compromise of the amount of late fees and maintenance fees that are owed for a total of $3,185. The defendant is agreeing to pay $100 per month starting June 1st, and that she will participate in any paperwork needed to get her Section 8 started again. That's that back page.
Okay, Ms. Haynes, that's how you want to proceed on this matter?
Yes.
Okay, so you had the right to proceed to a trial, you had the right to demand a jury trial. Don't you want to give up your right to trial in this matter?
Yes.
Anybody forcing you to do that?
Oh, no.
Okay, so you're gonna agree to have the case dismissed today upon the condition that you will pay the total amount past due, including court fees, late fees, and maintenance, $3,185, that you'll pay $100 per month starting June 1st, Section 8 to begin paying their portion and back portion after HAP is returned. Partial performance will not satisfy this. Do you understand that? You understand what I mean when I say partial performance?
What's that?
If you don't pay all.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You understand what I say
Yeah.
when I say partial
What you said.
performance? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, that means that you may pay all of it, but you may not pay it on the date that you say you was gonna pay it. You say you're gonna pay $100 per month beginning June 1st. Well, if you pay it on June 2nd, you didn't follow this agreement, did you?
No, I didn't.
So you got a partial performance won't satisfy, you need to comply, otherwise they can get a motion to reinstate the case and have writ issued against you without any further notice to you for a court date. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Do you have any questions?
No.
You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that were waived, we will have this matter set for a hearing if you come to court and file a motion to set aside that agreement, okay?
Okay.
We'll get you a copy in just a moment. Okay. Our agreement's already over on that side. You're all set.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Did they come back in here?
Yeah, he had to go to work, but he told me to just mail his copy. But
Who had to go to work?
the defendant,
Well, then we have to reset it because they have to go on the record.
to see if I can catch it.
Okay, let's see. Mr. Brown, okay. On the record in the matter of K North Apartments versus Kathleen Powers and Sharon Robbins, file number 24-02516, council appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Nicholas Cohen, House appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, K North Department.
Yeah. Hey, ma'am. Oh. Your name?
Sharon Robbins.
Okay, today was the date that was set for a hearing for a eviction for hazard, property hazard condition. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, we are moving to dismiss the case. There's not.
We'll print dismissal in just a moment. Any objection to that? No, you're all set. We'll get you a copy of the dismissal in just a moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Same to you. Were you able to catch both or just one? Okay,
Just one.
okay. He's gonna have to come back because he has to put that on the record. Not, well, you both have to come back because I can't enter this on the record without,
She told him that you're gonna mail it to him and he left.
I get it, but I need to be able to go over his rights. And he left without me going over his rights. I told you all to come back here when you were done.
What do you need me to do?
He's gotta get back on our Zoom at some point. I know he's at work today. We can reset it, but our reset date's not that close. So it'd be in your best interest because you obviously have his contact information. To see if he can log in on Zoom tomorrow, he can log in on Friday, his lunch break, whatever, and I can just go over his rights.
Do it
Over.
on Zoom then?
Agreed.
Should we pick a time to do that or?
Well, if you can get him on the phone and find out what time his lunch break is or what time he can do it, then we can work around it.
Oh, God, we'll work on it. He's hard to catch. He never talks.
Okay, we'll let my staff know
We're
once
gonna
you
do
find it.
Zoom though in the next couple of days. right?
Yeah, if you can get him on Zoom the next couple of days, we can do it.
Let you know ahead of time, obviously.
Correct. Is that correct? Otherwise, you'll have to wait till our next available day, which might be in July.
Right.
Yeah, but I'll be here via Zoom
We're gonna get this.
all week.
Okay, and we only, all week, only a couple more days left, but if not.
Well, I'll
next
be here by Zoom all next week too.
week afterwards. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's see. Haynes, I did Sterling House. What happened with, oh, Ms. Pye, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, 18 season rental versus Shanice Hobbs. Council, did you all come to resolution at all?
Yes, we do. Your Honor, the plaintiff moved to conditionally dismiss the case.
Okay, we'll get you, we'll print out a conditional dismissal for you to complete.
Thank you.
And let me go over her rights right now before I give you that. Okay,
Yes.
so what can you put the terms of the conditional dismissal? What is she gotta pay anything?
Yes, the defendant agreed to pay the remaining balance by the end of June.
What's the remaining balance?
It will be 2,457 for the rent and about 300 for the providing.
Read to that, ma'am? Okay, you have the following rights that you will have to give up in order to do that. First is your right to be represented by an attorney. You understand that? You're gonna give your right to have an attorney represent you? You say it with confidence? Okay, and then you have the right to proceed to trial. You could demand a jury trial on this matter. Did you want to give up your right to jury trial on this?
Yes.
Anybody threatening you to give up those rights?
No.
You have 3 business days after I enter this agreement to return to the court. If you realize you misunderstood the rights that you waived, you can just hand that to the attorney. She's gonna complete that with her. If you realize you misunderstood the rights that you waived, you can return request to have this agreement set aside. You must comply completely with what you're agreeing to do, which is to pay the past due amount total that she stated on the record by which date again?
By the end of June.
By the end of June. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you don't comply fully by that date and time, she can notice the court and they automatically re-enter the case against you and get a writ to evict you from the property without setting it for a hearing, okay? You have any questions? Okay, you all should complete that paperwork and then I can review and sign it because I've already gone over her rights, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't think I have anything else until 2:30 unless somebody's ready to go already. Are your 2:30s here?
Yeah.
Oh, the waiting room.
Your Honor, we have a signed conditional dismissal that we filed.
Is that for Campbell?
Yes.
They're logging in now. Ma'am, what was your name?
Shanner.
Have you spoken with the plaintiff? Is
Three different cases. I'm trying to keep.
that Mr. Asphalt? I don't know who's, it says Freeman. I don't know who's gonna be on that. Okay, let's see. And have you all been seen already? What's your name? Okay. Bermudez and, do you have an attorney? Okay. Ms. Hall and Ms. Campbell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record. In the matter of George Scully versus Vanessa Campbell, file number 24-01261. Council appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Don Kesky for the plaintiff.
And Alyssa Hall of Legal Services of South Central Michigan for defendant Campbell.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a hearing for non-payment of rent. My understanding is that the parties did enter into a conditional dismissal agreement. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
That's correct.
Can one of the- Very good. Can one of the attorneys place the terms on the record?
The conditional dismissal order provides for rents of $7,475, court costs of $159.66, other money due of $500 for a total of $8,134.66. The conditions are that the defendant shall pay $2,000 on or before June 3rd at 3 p.m. and an additional $2,000 on or before 3 p.m. on the 15th of each month toward the total owed until the account is current. And defendant shall continue to pay the monthly rental obligations of $1,495 on or before 3 p.m. on the first of each month. And that these payments should be made in certified funds, Your Honor. An original copy of the signed document, which we filed on my file this morning, but I have one here if you would like to review the hard copy.
Thank you. Ms. Hall, is that complete and accurate as to the agreement that is executed?
That is, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Campbell, that's your understanding of how you're gonna move forward?
Yes.
Okay, so it says cash due rent in the amount of $7,475 for court costs of $159.66. Other money due $500. What's the other money due for?
The other
That's
money is, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's a negotiated amount of late fees.
Okay, so other money due for late fees plus a grand, well, equals a grand total of $8,134.66. Ma'am, you are agreeing to pay $2,000 on or before June 3rd by 3 p.m. You shall pay an additional $2,000 on or before 3 p.m. on the 15th of each month toward the total listed in 2D until the account becomes current. During this time, the defendant shall continue to pay her monthly rental obligation of $1,495 on or before 3 p.m. on the first of each month. If the 1st or 15th of the month falls on a weekend or holiday, payment is due by 3 p.m. on the following business day. Payment shall be made by certified funds. Partial performance will not satisfy this agreement. Do you understand that, Ms. Campbell?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you're willing to give up your right to have a trial in this matter in order to enter into this resolution of conditional dismissal?
I don't need one.
Are you willing to give up your trial in order to enter this conditional dismissal?
Yes.
Okay, anybody threatening you to do that?
No.
Okay, you have 3 business days from today. You can get that back to Council Kesky. 3 business days from today. If after you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you just waived, you can return to the court and have this set aside, okay?
Yes.
Any additional matters for the record today, council?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, you're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then, Mr. Kesky, did you meet with Bermudez and Black yet?
We have negotiated, I believe, a conditional dismissal, but I don't know whether the defendants are here.
They're right there.
Over here.
Kobe's and
Okay, Bermudez, and who was the other? Who are you?
my mom. I'm Cynthia Delta.
Okay, well, you're a Bermudez, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you said Black is in custody? Are you doing a conditional dismissal with
Yes.
Bermudez? What are you doing with Black? How long has Black been in custody?
February 20th. He was sentenced 4 years later for something in 2009.
No, I get that, but I think I don't know that we were notified that he was in custody because we were ready.
The last court date I mentioned.
He's in MDOC. She said he was sentenced. He sentenced to 4 years?
No, I said he was sentenced 4 years later.
Oh,
The case
okay.
was in 2019.
He's not in Ingham County. Where is he?
He's in boot camp now. Or he'll be out about like August 14th.
Okay, I'm not able to default him because he's in custody. So I don't know what you want to do with him.
Well, if the conditional dismissal with Ms. Bermudez holds up, we'll sort of move it out, so we can simply try to defer that to see if we got performance on the conditional dismissal.
Okay, so reset Black maybe as to, he's gonna be in boot camp until August, you said? Reset him out and then see if this works out.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Ma'am, you can come up.
The conditional dismissal payment period ends on August 31st, so if you set something on September.
Okay.
We would know whether it's moved and we can send in a dismissal list if this works.
Sounds good. Can you put the term to the record?
Under the consent order for conditional dismissal, parties have agreed that the defendants would pay $1,025 honored by May 30th for June rent, $900 honored by June 13th applied toward back rent, $1,025 for July rent honored by 6/27/2024. Then a $900 payment on July 11th for back rent, $1,025 for August rent honored by July 25. Then a $575 payment honored by August 8th for back rent. And the plaintiff will waive late fees for June through August if the payments are timely, with the payments to be in certified funds. Copy that here.
Go on, great. Listen, it's 2:35, like, we're killing it. Yeah.
You running on time or?
I mean, we're ahead of time.
Well, that's helpful for everything. Let me present this to you, Your Honor.
Okay, so I have an agreement here and you want to waive your right to be represented by an attorney to enter into this agreement. And you also want to give up your right to a trial, including demanding a jury trial. I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, so you're agreeing that the matter can be dismissed today under the conditions that you will pay the past due rent due through the time period of August 31st, 2024, $5,260.32, court costs of $189.68, total $5,450, that you'll make payment in total as follows: $1,025 on or before the 30th of May for June rent, $900 or on or before June 13th, 2024, and $1,025 for July rent on or before June 27th, $900 on or before July 11th, $1,025 for August rent on or before July 25th, and then $575 on or before August 8th. Plaintiff will waive late fees for June and August if the above payments are timely. All payments must be in certified funds, and partial performance won't satisfy this. Do you understand that? So you must follow this section right here to a T. Otherwise, they have the right to come to the court and request for this judgment to enter against you immediately and have you removed from the property. Do you understand that? Do you have any questions? You misunderstood any of the rights that you waived. Today, you can return to the court within 3 business days, have this matter set for hearing, and you can explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? Do you have any questions at this time? We'll get you a copy of your dismissal in just a moment. Ma'am. Thank you.
Your Honor, do you want us to file that on my file, or would you be doing that?
No, we'll just file it. I signed it, I think, just now, so we'll file it. Ms. Pine?
Yes.
And Mr. Asphalt, how are you?
Good, Your Honor. How are you?
Good. You're on the Cedar Place matter?
I am.
Ms. Chapman is back there. You met with her already?
Oh, okay. Let me go talk to her. See why she's here.
You want a copy of that? Okay. Five, four, that's Mr. Lum. Mr. Lum here. Mr. Lum, looks like your a defendant is running late. Let's see, well, car trouble. Didn't give any time frame for how long they're gonna be late. Did give your number, the clerk's office gave your number to see if they can reach out to you to get a agreement on how you wanna work out, so you might wanna check your phone. But they didn't give a time frame, so they're gonna get the standard 10-15 minutes. You're all set. You're good to go. Thank you.
Your Honor, we did send in a dismissal in for another case, which on my file, I don't know if you've seen it.
So which one?
William Law versus Bozeman, case 24-01263.
Okay, it's probably in there. I haven't seen it yet, but it's probably in there. It's on it. Yeah, okay.
That's dismissed.
Yep, that one's in there, and then we're just waiting for Jocelyn Murchison.
That's correct, Your Honor.
The default judgment. So deal one and deal two. As of this submitted. This is the same one that I just told him to remove the.
And I gave
On the record in the matter of Steve Davis versus Jocelyn Murchison, file number 24-01264 LT, counsel appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Don Kesky for the plaintiff.
Ma'am, what's your name? Okay, Ms. Murchison, how are you?
Your Honor, the parties have agreed to a consent order for conditional dismissal. I can give you the terms and I have a hard copy here for you.
Okay, you can put the terms in the record.
The back rent owed is $4,199.31. Court costs of $165.69 for a total of $4,365. And the terms of this order is that the defendant is to pay rent on an ongoing timely basis starting June 3rd for June and by the first of each month thereafter. And defendant will also pay $750 by the 15th of each month until the balance in 2D is paid in full. The payments are to be in certified funds by 3 p.m. to RPM office.
That's complete and accurate, ma'am. And you understand that there are certain rights that you would have to give up in order to have this conditional dismissal put on the record today. So you have the right to be represented by an attorney in an eviction matter. You want to give up that right? You also have the right to proceed to trial. You could demand a jury trial. You would give up your right to trial in order to have this agreement entered. Anybody threatening you to give up those rights? So you're agreeing to pay past due rent $4,199.31 plus court costs $165.69. Total $4,365 that you will pay rent on an ongoing timely basis starting June 3rd for June and by the first of each month thereafter, and the defendant will also pay $750 by the 15th of each month. Not sure what that word is, until the balance in 2D is paid in full. Payments in certified funds by 3 p.m. to RPM. Is that accurate? Okay, you understand that partial performance of this agreement won't satisfy. So you got to do exactly what you said you're going to do in section 2D. You understand that? Or pay that according to what you say you're going to do right here in section 3. You understand that? If you don't understand any of the rights that you just waived, you got 3 business days to return to the court and let the court know that you want to set aside this agreement, and you will have to explain how it was that you misunderstood the rights that you waived, okay? Do you have any questions? Okay. Last name Murchison. Are you related to Sally Murchison? Is that a yes? How are you related to her? Oh, it's your cousin. Oh, okay. I went to church with Sally Murchison. Okay, let's see. We'll get you a copy of this and the additional matters for the record.
Nothing further.
Thank you, you're all set. Mr. Lum, did you find the tenant?
No, Your Honor. She contacted my office and left the same message saying she was recovered now. She was going away.
How do you want to proceed?
It's a termination of tenancy. So,
You can submit the file on my file.
we were asking for immediate occupancy as well.
Based on what?
Trespassing case, moved into a house after the murder.
Okay, I'm not granting immediate writ, but you'll give me 10 days. You're welcome. What's the matter? Fastball.
Yes, we're ready, Judge.
And you were here on this. On the record in the matter of Cedar Place Apartments versus Shannon, Chap, file number 24-01187.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Asphalt, 53129 on behalf of the plaintiff.
State your name for the record, ma'am.
Shannon Chapin.
Okay, Ms. Chapin, today was the date set for a hearing on an eviction for non-payment of rent. Mr. Asphalt, how are you proceeding?
Your Honor, I spoke with the defendant at length regarding the situation. And she's aware of our position, but she is not in agreement to enter into a consent judgment at this time.
Okay. You think you have a legal reason why you should hold over their property and not pay rent?
No, I want to pay rent.
Yeah, but there's past due rent, so do you have
Yes,
a legal defense?
Yes, our lease changed. They have a form, me signing a new lease agreement, which I was not aware of. When I signed the form in July, I thought it was a $10 discount for my July rent, and it's in my lease ledger. They had another manager at that time, and she's gone, and I don't know what happened. But I didn't get notified until December that my rent was increased $300. No changes were made as far as there was no reason for $300 increase that I was aware of. And I wasn't even aware that we had signed into a lease agreement, even though my signature is on that page.
Okay, so.
And as soon as I
You were paying the other amount, just not the increased 300, what you're saying?
As soon as I knew of the 300, I automatically started paying that, no problem, still not knowing why. Also that my rent went up, and now I got all these fees and fines, and I don't have anywhere to go. I'm a good tenant, and I love it there.
So you want a hearing? Yeah. Mr. Asphalt?
Your Honor, just briefly, the defendant referred to it, and she is correct. She signed a lease amendment that clearly indicated that beginning July 1st, 2024, her rent was going to be, the portion of her rent was going to be $553, and the anticipated assistance payment was going to be $347. She signed it on June 28th, 2023. So and she also received this notice, I believe, from HUD, also dated June 28th, and she signed that as well, also confirming these amounts.
Okay, so this is subsidized housing?
I think that's accurate, yes.
HUD's involved.
Well, is that accurate? Yes.
I think that's all HUD does, subsidized housing. Okay, so subsidized housing, and her rent is based on her income?
I believe that is accurate, yes.
So your income changed, ma'am? Your income did not change? When you certified, you were sure that your income didn't change?
Yes.
Nothing
changed from the first lease to the second lease.
With your income?
And
okay,
everything was same first lease.
So you're not sure why your rent went up?
Right.
Do you have information that could explain to her why her rent changed?
Can we bring my property manager up?
You can show her. I don't really want to see it. I just want her to see it.
Right.
I'm not actually on the record for a hearing right now.
I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, if the court wants, we could ask her these questions. I understand that's not a formal hearing, but
right.
she may have some light to shed on it for the defendant.
We haven't got to go over anything.
I'm sorry, you did what?
We haven't got to go over any of that.
Right, well, I think she wants to see why her rent went up. Maybe if she could see that, she would not have a dispute.
Right, and I mean, she knows that it's not our decision to raise her rent or
Agreed.
to not raise her
It's
rent, but.
Government, it's HUD.
Right.
So that's why I say maybe if she could see what happened, then she will not be. And then have you applied for any assistance to help? Let's say they do have some evidence that shows you during recertification, your rent went up for whatever reason and you got to pay this. Have you applied for assistance?
Yes. DHS said they would help me with 410.
When did they tell you that?
8th. I think it expired on the 8th. I have to reapply for it again if I'm going to do it, but I'd have to come up with the remainder, and I'm not sure where that goes yet.
Okay.
So that expired. I'd have to go through the whole steps again.
Okay, Bill, what's your name?
Tammy Prepson.
Okay, you're gonna help her understand how her rent went up?
Sure. Okay, rent is based on income in your unit. 30% of your income is how the rent's determined. You and your roommate have income from Social Security. So that's what your rent's based on.
Yes, it was the
30%.
same from the first lease to the second. No, no, what happened?
You have income that you didn't report?
No.
And they caught that? That's what, that's
No,
what it's on the
no,
email.
that is not.
That's their
That's-
position is what she
No, because
said.
that was from the summer before, and that was $300 and some odd cents, and I was working on paying that up. And that was already done by then. It had nothing to do with the, right, no.
We have a compliance department that I send all the information to, and they are the ones that get the information. They send the information to HUD for calculation.
Do you have that information that was sent to HUD for calculation?
I would have to get it out of her file. I didn't bring it with me today.
Okay, well, we need that to be brought in because she's disputing that her rent was calculated properly. And this was rent, her portion of the rent, because you said something about a roommate.
Yeah, she's got a second person that lives with her and who gets income as well.
Okay, but only she's on this eviction.
Right.
Where's the other person?
It's Cortez, I believe.
Is their
He's on the lead.
income calculated in this amount?
I believe so.
So why aren't they here today?
I don't know, Judge.
Did you evict them and name them in the eviction?
I don't believe we did.
I don't want any problems either, guys.
Well, Your Honor, I guess why don't we adjourn this and I will. Do I have your contact information? Okay, I know.
I'll get you a new date and see if you all can work this out, because it sounds messy.
Yeah. Do you want to give me the date right now or will we just?
We'll give it to you now.
Okay.
It'll be July 8th. July 8th at 2 p.m. And if you did file with DHS, you need to bring us proof of that and we'll put that in your
I
file.
did that
Okay?
last time too. Yes.
Okay, sounds good. At 2 p.m. Okay, and then we'll see you then.
Thank you, Judge.
We'll get you a copy of your notice, ma'am. Okay, okay. Have you seen the attorney here on Ray? I guess we're still a little early for 3:15. Mr. Dua might be here and somebody from Brown. for the record in the matter of a village townhouse cooperative versus Charlene Barker, file number 24-01471. Ma'am, state your name for the record.
Charlene Barker.
Okay, Ms. Barker, today was the date set for a hearing. It was scheduled for 3:15. It's currently 3:30. No one has appeared on behalf of Village House or their counsel. So I'm going to dismiss the case. You're all set.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
And sir, what were you waiting for?
Waiting for my friends here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have a conditional dismissal already on Smith and Shanner?
Is that the 3:30?
Yes,
No, I did not. I was working on the 3:15, which we were gonna have a conditional dismissal for.
we have a conditional dismissal and we already have one for you at 3:30. That's one with Hull on it, I believe.
Wait, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, absolutely. The 3:30, yes, we submitted a conditional dismissal. Yes.
Oh, okay, they're all here. I just wanted to get their.
I apologize. I was in the conference room working on the 3:15, which will also be a conditional dismissal.
Okay, sounds good. On the record in the matter of Carolina Flats versus Bethany Smith and LeGarrette Shanner, file number 24-01404, Council of Family.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon. Sam Dewar here on behalf of the plaintiff.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Alyssa Hull with Legal Services of South Central Michigan on behalf of defendants.
Okay, today was the date that was set for hearing for non-payment of rent, and the court did receive in my file a conditional dismissal. Can one of the attorneys put the terms on the record?
Thank you, Your Honor. Plaintiff would defer to defendant's counsel.
Sure. So the conditional dismissal is for the amount of rent of $518. That's through the period ending May 22nd, 2020, or I'm sorry, May 31st, 2024. Court costs and fees are $191.05 for a total amount due of $709.05. And defendants shall pay their monthly rental obligation as determined by Lansing Housing Commission on time each month, and in addition shall pay $150 per month beginning in June 2024 towards the total listed in 2D during the course of each month until the account becomes current.
Okay, and that's completely accurate, counsel?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, and then I see Bethany Smith. Is that Bethany Smith? Can you unmute, please?
Yes.
Okay, is LeGarrette Shanner with you?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay, so you both have signed conditional dismissal with the terms stated by counsel on the record, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you have the following rights that you have to understand and that you would have to give up in order to move forward with this. You have the right to proceed to a trial, and you could have demanded a jury trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you want to waive your right to trial?
Oh.
You said what?
Did you want to waive your right to have a trial?
What are we saying? Yes or no? I don't know.
It just depends. Like,
We agreed to the plan. I'm not sure.
I understand that, but I asked you a question. What was my question?
do we want to?
Waive our right to trial.
Yes.
Yes, so okay. That's for, I need an answer from both.
Yes.
Okay, anybody threatening you to waive your right to trial?
No.
Okay, so you want the case dismissed today upon the condition that you'll pay the past due rent, $518, court cost of $191.05, total $709.05. Defendants shall pay their monthly rental obligation as determined by Lansing Housing Commission on time each month, and in addition, shall pay an additional $150 per month beginning June 2024 toward the total listed in 2D during the course of each month until the account becomes current. Partial performance will not satisfy this agreement if you don't perform as you indicated that you would in this conditional dismissal. The plaintiff can motion the court to reinstate the case and have judgment entered against you by default without notifying you of a next court date. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions, either of you?
No.
No.
You have 3 business days from today. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the right that you just gave up, which was your right to trial, you can return to the court and request to have this set aside within those 3 business days, and we'll set it for a hearing. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're all set.
I'm not sure.
No problem. Bob.
Good afternoon, Aaron. How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm okay. I've been better.
Who do you have?
I'm Chris Brown today.
You're Chris Brown today, okay.
Yeah, he's trying to retire.
What?
Want to go to court anymore.
Why not?
I think he made too many judges mad.
No. That's not good.
That's what I try not to do because I know I'm going to be back.
That's no reason to retire.
No, I think
Unless I get interfere with your funds.
I appreciate the work.
So who do you have ready to go?
I've got Miss Heidi Chamberlain here for Raz and Booker LLC.
Okay.
And you have a consent order for conditional dismissal.
Just file number 24-01956. Ms. Chamberlain, you can come up and counsel your appearance for the record.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Ron Bach here for plaintiff who is Raz and Booker LLC, care of Garno Property Management LLC.
Okay, and so you have an agreement, you can put the terms on the record.
I do have an agreement here. So at the moment, there's $3,447.36 due in rent through May 31. There's $253.31 in cost for a total of $3,700.67 due now. We've agreed that Ms. Chamberlain is going to pay the current rent of $825 each month, plus an additional $575 each month, starting in June, which we're on now. The additional $575 shall go towards the arrearages. And that is our agreement.
And Ms. Chamberlain, if that's complete and accurate understanding that as to how you want to proceed. Okay.
Approach?
Yes. I have an advice, I have a consent order for conditional dismissal. There is a signature here, that's your signature. Okay, you understand that you did have the right to be represented by an attorney at this hearing today? Are you going to give up your right to be represented by an attorney to have this conditional dismissal agreement entered today? You also have the right in this matter to proceed to a trial. You could demand a jury trial. Did you understand that? You want to give up your right to a trial? Anybody threatening you to get you to give up those rights? No. Okay, so you want the case to be dismissed today upon the condition that you pay $3,447.36 for past due rent owed through the period of May 31st. Court costs $253.31 for a total amount due of $3,700.67 that you shall pay current rent of $825 a month, plus an additional $575 each month starting June 2024. Additional $575 shall go towards the arrearage until paid in full. And partial performance will not satisfy this agreement. So that means that you have to comply with section 3 completely. Do you understand that? If you don't do that, that means that they have the right to notice the court, have judgment entered against you immediately, and they'll get a writ to execute against you for an eviction. Do you understand that? Yes. Okay, if you misunderstood any of the rights that you waived today, you have 3 business days to return to the court to request to have this set aside. You would file a motion to have it set aside. We'll set it for a hearing and you'll explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? Yeah. Do you have any questions? No. Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
I'll get you a copy in just a moment. Have we seen Alexia Hillman or Thomas Stewart at all?
Head now, Your Honor, I'll go call the hall.
Oh, I think Thomas Stewart might be.
I am right here, Your Honor.
Right. Mr. Stewart, can you start your video? Why are you right here and not right here?
I was at a job interview earlier. I'm sorry, I couldn't make it in time that way.
The job interview was at your house?
No, I made it back to my house, so it wasn't in my vehicle. I didn't have enough time to get to the courthouse in time, Your Honor.
Are you gonna log on Zoom to meet with them?
I can meet with him on Zoom.
Okay, well, today was set for a hearing, so you're either gonna resolve it or you're gonna get a default for failure to appear, okay?
Yes, I'm trying to resolve it. I have forms into DHS again, trying to get help permit for it.
Okay, you'll talk to, the attorney for the plaintiff is gonna log in to see about talking to you, okay?
All right.
I could get some number, Judge.
Yes. It is, 876-493-1931.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go to the conference room, see what we can get.
Thank you. Okay, I have someone, Jeffrey Ray,
Yes, Your Honor, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Apologize for my clothing. I didn't really have this on my radar today, so I'm in my car.
Yeah, the matter was set for 3:15. No one appeared for the plaintiff or neither did your client, so the case was dismissed.
Oh,
I sent the person home.
all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Mr. Jewel, we took care of all your stuff now.
Nope, I had the push.
Oh, that's right. Okay, on the record in the matter of Pacific Black versus Joshua Bush, file number 24-01388, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sam Dewa here on behalf of plaintiff.
Sir, what's your name?
Joshua Bush.
Oh, okay, today was the date set for hearing for non-payment of rent. How do you want to proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. I have had an opportunity to meet with the defendant and we have come to terms on a proposed conditional dismissal for your review. If I may go over those terms on the record.
Please do so.
Thank you, Your Honor. Rent to retain at this point is $5,179.83 with costs of $160.02, totaling $5,339.85. And that was the period through May 31st, 2024. In the alternative, paying that entire amount at this point, defendants have agreed to pay $1,000 by tomorrow, May 23rd, 2024, and vacate the premises, turning in keys and leaving premises in broom clean condition, free of all personal property, trash, and debris by June 3rd, 2024 at 5 p.m. I have that reduced to writing, signed by both parties, if I may approach.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Okay, and Mr. Bush, that's how you want to proceed, correct?
Yep. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you have the following rights that you would have to give up if you want this conditional dismissal to enter today versus your right to be represented by an attorney. Do you understand that right? You want to give it up? You have the right to proceed to a trial. You can have a jury trial or a bench trial. Did you want to give up your right to trial? Anybody forcing you to give up these rights? Okay, and so you're gonna agree to pay $5,179.83 plus other money due, $160.02. Is that court cost?
Yeah, it is, Your Honor, but that's an inaccurate statement. He only needs to pay $1,000 by tomorrow and vacate. The amount that you see in the boxes there is just to state that we both agree that the amount that's due up to this point.
Okay,
But
so
the
that-
agreement is
The
the
additional,
$1,000.
so that additional amount's gonna be waived? Is that what you're saying?
It's not gonna be waived, but it's an agreement that he owes it. It may be sought after for collection later. They're entering into a later payment plan. But the only thing he needs to pay to not have the eviction on his
Okay.
record is the $1,000.
So well, it says to finish, I'll pay the following to plaintiff, but did you check that part?
I apologize.
So do you want me to uncheck that?
If you could, please. I was,
Okay, so you agree that you owe past due rent, $5,179.83 plus $160.02. That's what court costs.
Correct, yes.
Okay, for a total of past due $5,339.85, and that's due to the time period of May 31st, 2024. Is that correct?
Yes.
But you are agreeing that you will pay $1,000 by tomorrow, May 23rd, and vacate, turning in keys and leaving premises in broom swept condition, and free of all personal property, trash, and debris no later than June 3rd, 5 p.m., correct?
Correct.
You also understand that partial performance of this will not satisfy, so you can't just do a portion of what you say you're gonna do. You need to do all those things, including the broom swept condition and turning over the keys and making sure there's no trash and debris. You understand that?
I do.
Otherwise, judgment could be entered against you immediately and a writ can be issued without any further notice by the plaintiff of a court date. Do you have any questions? You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the right you waived or rights that you waived, you can return to the court and have that set aside. We'll set it for a hearing, okay? Get you a copy of that in just a moment. Any additional matters for today's council?
I apologize for my oversight, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Oh, no problem. It happens.
I was kind of pulled back and forth.
I
so.
get it. Okay, and let's see. That
I'll give
would
you
be
a copy. And then you're all set.
one more. We're waiting for Stewart. Did we put him in the room yet? Mr. Bogdan, didn't get on. on the record in the matter of the Franklin's Michigan LLC versus Alexia Hillman and Thomas Stewart, file number 24-01380. Council appearance.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Ron Bach here for plaintiff Franklin's Michigan LLC.
Okay, and then I see Thomas Stewart, no Alexia Hillman, correct?
Correct.
Okay, you need to put the vape or the cigarette away during the hearing, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so default as to Hillman, how are we proceeding on Stewart?
Well, we've agreed to a normal landlord tenant judgment, judge, with the normal 10 days for rent. I did mark the default box for Miss Alexia Hillman. I put Thomas Stewart by the consent box.
Okay.
He did give me permission to sign. At this point, the rent to retain is $3,542.95. We got $288.68 in costs. For a total amount to retain is $3,831.63. We've got June 3rd. Is that the date we're using today?
Yes.
Yes. So I've got June 3rd. Partial payment will not prevent issuing of an order. And I did calculate the money judgment only through today. So that is $290 and some cents less, for a total of $3,541.31.
Okay, Mr. Stewart, that's how you want to proceed with judgment by consent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so again, the terms of that judgment will enter against you by consent and default against Ms. Hillman. The amount due and owing for non-payment, $3,542.92, put costs in $288.68, for a total of $3,831.63. That you'll either pay that amount in full or vacate by June 3rd, 2024. Money judgment also, the amount that will enter is for damages, $3,252.63, cost $288.68, for a total of $3,541.31. And you've given Mr. Bach permission to sign this judgment on your behalf, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have the right to be represented by an attorney in this matter. Did you want to give up your right to be represented by an attorney to proceed with this judgment?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right to proceed to a trial. You could have demanded a jury trial, or you could have had a non-jury trial. Do you want to give up your right to trial today, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anybody forcing you to give up these rights?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll sign and date that for today. And your writ date again will be at the 3rd of June. That's also the date set for any deadlines for an appeal. You have 3 business days from today's date. However, if you leave here and you realize you misunderstood the rights that you waived, you can return to the court, request to have this agreement set aside, and we'll set this for a motion, okay? Hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for today, Mr. Bach?
No, Your Honor. Thanks.
You're all set, Mr. Stewart.
You have a good day, Your Honor.
Thank you.